Hi, wonderful people. I know and I believe that you've been enjoying the previous episodes of the amazing thoughts that we've shared with you so far. And in this season, the Lord is pleased for us to start discussing some amazing things on feeding. And with feeding, I'm not talking about what we take into our mouth as in food. No. Watch out for the amazing thoughts that we are going to be sharing with you on feeding, and you'll definitely be blessed. All right, so this week we are going to be discussing something very imperative and so important as young people. Something that I believe is going to, open us up to be able to, skillfully diagnose the lapses in our living as young people. You realize that sometimes our lives go in a certain way, our life takes a certain trajectory because we have not come to understand some of the things that influences the kind of lives that we live. This week we are talking about feeding as a young person. Maybe you are in primary school, maybe you are in JHS, maybe you are in senior high school, maybe you are in university, maybe you are a young professional. What are the things that you feed on? What do you feed on? What do you imbibe with time? Many people are not so sometimes conscious of the things they feed on because they have not come to know and to understand how important, and I mean how important these things are to who they become in life. What do you feed on? What are the things that you eat every day? What are the pieces of information that you imbibe with time? And you have to understand that, you see, we all feed on things through two main channels. Number one is, what are the things that you listen to? What do you listen to? What do you listen to from your friends, from your family members, from your close pals and associates? What are the things that you listen to from the radio? What are the things that you listen to from all the audio means that you access information? And number two, what are the things that you watch? What do you watch? Sometimes I meet people who are having some challenges in their lives, being it, pornography or fornication or something. Some tell me they can't stop watching pornography because they started it on a very small note and they gradually have become addicted to watching pornography. So I want you to understand today that these two channels should be checked in your life. Number one is, what are the things that you listen to? Some have not broken free of the quagmire, of the limitation, of fear, of anxiety, of the shackles of bondage because they have been hearing things that limit them. Thoughts shared by people, thoughts on fear, thoughts on sicknesses, thoughts on limitation, thoughts on being subjugated in life. Many have left listening to what the Bible says to listening to the news that is always put up through our television stations and from our radio stations. Listening to news is great. Listening to any piece of information is wonderful. But ask yourself this question: any piece of information that seems to have a negative influence in your life is worth rejecting. I want to repeat this. I said, any piece of information that seems to have a negative impact on your life is worth rejecting. So any thoughts that project fear into your heart is worth rejecting. Any thought that projects limitation, any thought that makes you feel that you can't attain that level, that because of who gave birth to you, because of where you were born, you cannot become somebody important in life. Those thoughts are worth rejecting. And that is what I'm bringing to your mind, today. That what you hear is key. And what you listen to, what you watch is key. You want to screen the things you watch. You want to screen your movies. You want to screen the programs that you watch and you listen to. Because therein are the information that will set you on course to live the life God has set for you to live. Enjoy. Bless you.